Warning, the following video features outdoor activities performed by average Joes. As you will see, there are clearly no pros in this video. With that being said, enjoy.
Welcome to the 2024 season of Outdoor Reality. Let's get it started. On this week's episode, I'm going to be doing a 2-week review of this Stealth Cam Prevue 26. I'm going to run through the camera options, the specs. I'm going to set it up, leave it out for 2 weeks, come back and see the quality the camera has to offer. So to break it down, let's head to the truck. So I'm going to do the unboxing here in the truck. So once again, this is the box that you get from Midway USA when you order it. First item I pulled out was a 16 gigabyte card from Stealth Cam. Alright, and then the next item that comes out of the box is you got this nice strap to strap the camera to a tree. The next item, you got the camera itself here. And then you have 8 AA batteries. Duracell, the generic Duracell ones. You got 8 of those, and then you have a little booklet here, sticker, and directions on how to set the camera up. I'll give you a close-up of the camera here and just read off some key features that this camera does. It does take photos. It's a 26 megapixel photo. It also shoots video at 720p, and that's at 30 frames per second. So it's not 1080, it's 720. It has a 0.4 second trigger speed, which is pretty quick. And the cool thing about it, it has a 2.4 inch TFT screen, which allows you to review your captures on the screen. So you don't have to pop the SD card out and go to a computer and read it. You can read it right on the camera. So those are just a couple of the key features that this camera offers. Once again, this is the Stealth Cam Prevue 26 infrared trail camera combo kit from midwayusa.com. The link is in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourselves. Let me put the batteries in it and show you what it looks like fired up. Alright, so I got the batteries in the camera, and I just want to show you what it looks like here when you open it up. So here's the front of the camera. It's got 2 latches on the side here, one here and one down here. Unlatch it, you open it up, and here's what the inside looks like. You got your 8 batteries here. No cover for them. They're just wide open. And then you got that 2.4 inch screen here. And then you have your on-off switch, and then your menu buttons, as well as the arrows here to navigate around the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on here. Just flip that up. The screen pops up. So it says no card. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 16 gigabyte card that came with the camera. Alright, so I got it all popped in right there. As you can see, on the menu screen here, it's got what mode you're in, how many videos or photos the camera has taken, and then down here you got your battery life icon. I'm going to run through here the menu options real quick. So you hit the menu button. Show this here. So you hit the menu button, it brings up 2 options. You got camera setup and advanced settings. Let's check out camera setup. So this is camera setup is kind of where you're going to get your mode, your resolution, your length, your delay. It's got operational hours on here, which you can actually set what times during the day you want your camera to run. It has a scheduled option as well as a always on option, so that's pretty neat. And then I guess if you're like you want to put a camera for surveillance, if you're at a property or at your house or something and you're not there, you can set it for the times that you're not there, and it can be running. So that's super cool. And then we go back to the menu options, and then it has advanced settings. So we're going to click that, and that's where you're going to get most of your set date, set time, what time zone you're in, time format. You'll be able to name the camera, the temperature, information bar. It's got the upgrade. It has a factory reset. You can format the SD card right here on the camera. Hopefully that's picking it up. And then it has the different languages you can use on the camera as well. So I'm going to take a few seconds here and just run through the setup here. I'm going to do the camera setup, and I'll do the advanced settings off camera. So I'll go right here to click the camera setup mode. For this video, I'm going to do video mode. I love doing video modes on cameras. That's my go-to. I definitely can see the benefits of doing photos, because if you have like thousands of photos, if you have thousands of videos, it's going to take you a minute to go through all those. Whereas photos, you got 1,000 photos, you're just boom, boom, boom on the next one until something pops up that you're interested in. Resolution, we're going to go 720. Does have the option for 360. We're going to go with the higher resolution at 720. Video length, you can go from 5 seconds all the way up to 30 seconds. For this demonstration, we're going to go 20-second video length. The delay, that has 5 to 60 seconds delay. For this video, we're going to go 10 seconds. Operational hours, we're going to go always on. So now the camera has been set up to what I want it to be in that quick couple seconds there. So my initial thoughts on that, super quick to set it up. Now I'm going to just go run through real quick here on the advanced settings. I'm going to set all that up. I'll check back with you here in a second. Alright, so I got all the camera settings set up on this camera. Again, it was super quick, just like the camera settings. So all the camera settings and advanced settings are set up super quick. And something I forgot to mention regarding this camera, it does have the 1/4 inch thread on the bottom. It also has a 12 volt DC auxiliary power port that you can plug into. It's got the cover here for it, and then also you open it up and you can stick in like a solar panel charger. So those are the two other functions I forgot to mention. I'm going to be putting this camera out on public land. So one of the bad things about doing that is it gives someone something to steal. So in this case, I do have a cable lock for the camera. Now this is not a Stealth Cam cable lock. This is just a generic cable lock you can buy anywhere. And the nice thing about this camera is that it has the lock function. So you do have the ability to lock this camera shut. And the nice thing too about it is locks the first latch. So somebody, if they walk up on the camera, is not going to be able to open this one up. They are going to be able to open the bottom one up, but they're not going to be able to do much if the top one is still locked. So I got it unlocked right now on the bottom, and I cannot open it. Now, can somebody pry it open and damage the camera? I'm sure they could. That's a super cool, nice thing about this camera. You're able to lock it. Nobody's gonna be able to take your SD card or the camera off the tree. So that is super cool option that this camera has. So now that I've kind of walked you through the camera here, I'm going to walk in the woods, see what I can find as far as game trails, and then hang the camera up on a tree. And the plan is to leave it out for roughly 2 weeks. And what I feel is a sufficient amount of time to tell whether this camera is worth the money or not. Next time I see you, I will be in the woods at a tree showing you how to hang this camera up. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so I've been walking for about 30 minutes now, and I think I found a tree that I'm going to put this Stealth Cam camera on. I bumped quite a bit of bucks coming out of here, so it's obviously a bedding area, whether it's bucks and does or just bucks or just does. I want to put a camera kind of right on the edge of it. There is a solid trail running right on the outside of it. It kind of splits off, so I'm going to put the camera kind of right in between the trail on this tree here. I'm going to put it on this tree here, and I think I'm going to have it here. I'm going to have the camera here, and I'm going to face it this way. There's a trail that runs right through here. It cuts this way and it cuts this way. And then here's the big bedding area that I found these bucks were in. Alright, so I got the camera mounted to the tree there. It's kind of higher up than I would usually do it or have it. But in this circumstance, I'm probably about 5 yards off the trail. So the higher up you go, the further it'll shoot. So that's why I have it up so high. A rule of thumb, if you're about, a foot to 5 feet off the trail, I like to have it about waist high, set the camera. That usually gives you a good picture. But this camera here, with that screen, I was able to do a test video with this camera, so it was super simple to see what view you're gonna get instead of waiting until you get, pull cards 2 weeks later and you go to find out your camera was too high and you missed all the deer. So that screen in that camera is definitely beneficial when it comes to that. And then I did notice the camera was a little high, so a quick little tip here. As you see the camera, if you want to tilt it down, you just I just got a stick here behind the camera to point it down. If you have to go up, you can put a stick down here at the bottom. So just a rule of thumb there, if you have to position your camera up or down a little more, just use a stick. There's plenty of them in the woods. And then you can also see the pattern on the tree, minus the strap there. I'm gonna fix that before we leave, but it looks pretty good on the tree. What you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna turn it on. And another nice feature about this camera is as soon as you turn it on, it takes, I believe, 20 to 30 seconds before it arms itself. So I'm going to arm it, and then I'm going to lock it up, and then I'll be back with you guys. And another thing here, you can see I just took that access strap and just wrapped it around itself, tied it in a knot, keep it from flapping in the wind. All right, so I got the cable lock all locked up on the camera. The camera's armed and ready to waiting to be triggered. So like I said, I'm gonna give it about 2 weeks and I'll come back, check it out. Hopefully the camera's still there. I will see you in 2 weeks. All right, here we are. 2 weeks later, I'm making my way to the camera. Excited to see how it performed. And so hopefully it's still on the tree. I'll check back in when I get there. Oh, camera's still here, so that's a good thing. All right, so if you have a lock on the camera, the first thing you want to do is take the lock off so that you can open up the inside of the camera. So I got the cable lock unlocked, holding through. Now again, just 2 clips on the side to open it up, flip her open. And then the nice thing about this camera, you come in here and you click the menu button. All right, so now it's basically on the home screen. Up at the top here, top right corner, tells you how many videos or photos you have. So in this case, I have 67 videos. You see the battery life is orange, it's about half. We did have about as crazy of weather as you could possibly have. It was in the 50s a few days, then it got down in the 20s at night, 30s during the day, rain, snow, sleet. So this camera has definitely been put through the test these 2 weeks. So the battery life did drop over those 2 weeks. So now the cool thing with this camera is it does have the playback mode, so you could actually watch everything on this card here by just looking at this screen. So to do that, I won't do them all, but I'll do a couple here. So to do that playback, you hit the play button. All right, it's going to take you to the very last video. So if I scroll, use the arrows here and scroll left and right. So I've scrolled over to video number 1. To play it, you're going to hit enter here in the middle. Hit enter, boom, there it's playing. As you can see, it's a coyote coming through. To stop, you hit the menu button right there. To move to the next one, you can go either left or right. We'll go to number 2, hit enter. And I don't see anything in there. I did see the weeds move, so it might have been the coyote jumping back. There. So we're gonna stop it, hit the menu, move to the next third one, hit enter, and we gotta, I don't know how well you guys can see that. Probably not the greatest in this, but we do have a doe on the screen. I apologize if the quality is not the greatest here. And then you can actually go in, if you're on a video and you don't want to keep it, you can actually hit the menu button here and it'll bring up delete current file that you're on or delete all files, so you can choose either one. So that's super cool. Very versatile camera. You don't even have to take the SD card out and log it on the computer with this camera. So I'm gonna pull this card out, I'm gonna take the camera down, I'm gonna head back to the truck and give my final review of it. While I do that, I'm gonna roll what's on the card, and you guys can judge for yourself the quality of this camera. So I'll see you back at the truck. Alright, so you guys just saw what I saw. A couple things that stood out to me about the camera. The deer some deer definitely knew the camera was there. They knew something was up with the camera. You're gonna have that with most trail cameras on the market, that IR flash, the infrared. So when the camera goes on in the dark, there's a bunch of red dots that pop up, and the deer see that, and it kind of gets them a little bit weary. But the only thing that you probably could do differently is hang the camera up higher out of the deer's sight. But when you do hang it higher, you're gonna have to angle it further down depending on how high you go up. So that's one thing you could have done to prevent the deer from seeing that IR flash. Another thing I picked up on was the video quality. You can definitely tell that it was 720p and not 1080p, but it was good enough to obviously identify a deer, recognize what the animal was, whether it was a coyote, raccoon. There were a couple of them on there, but then deer wise you were able to see antlers, if it was a doe, button buck, things in that nature. So you knew going in 720p wasn't going to be, you know, top-notch high quality, but the 720p definitely gets the job done to where you can decipher what is being recorded by the camera. I did mess up setting the time, so the time was off. I'm sure you probably saw that. But other than that, I really like the screen inside the camera that allows you to play back what's on the card. It allows you to delete certain files or the whole card. I think that is super beneficial. Basically, you can manage the SD card directly from the camera without having to pull the SD card, bring it home, put it in a computer, download the files, view the files. However, it was very easy to take the card out, put it in the computer, and the files are right there. You're able to play them. But if you're out in the woods, you know, hunting for a couple weeks, you don't have access to a computer, you're able to go to that camera, open it up, play what's on the card, delete what you want, essentially, close it up, and you're able to walk away. And now you know what's on the camera, what's in the area you're hunting. And we also talked about too, using it as a security camera. So you have it on an entrance to a property or in your backyard or whatever. I really like the screen inside the camera that allows you to do that. I'll put it this way, you don't see that on cameras that are under $60. The cameras that do have that screen, they're up $150, $200. But the fact that this camera's, you can get this camera for under $60, it has the viewing screen, I really like that. So with that being said, I like the performance of the camera. I'm happy with it, and I'll let you guys make that determination yourself after viewing the footage. But I will I'll drop a link down in the description where you could purchase this camera for under $60. This exact kit that comes with the camera, the batteries, the SD card, a little case for the SD card, all that comes with that for under $60. And then that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Appreciate you guys watching. If you like the video, tap that like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, type it down below. And then to stay up to date with the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember, there's no better reality than outdoor reality.